There's a ton of paperwork that, was done like 4 times.
Updates were given to us on paper from the field crews. We were hand drawing our maps.
So one person would know what was done at that location at that time. So if we ever had to come back, there was like no history of what was done.
Since the beginning when we implemented the Cityworks program, we can see every bit of work that was done there and every one of our employees that were there and everything that we used at that location.
Just say 10 years from now, I can just go back any information that I need on this project. I can just pull it up in Cityworks and put what size pipe we use, any type of comments, or everything that was associated with this job. Where before there wasn't a storm line here, now there will be one, and we can capture that in Cityworks as a new asset.
Basically, it goes from the call center where a service request is generated.
And if you'll bear with me just a moment, let me get our Cityworks program pulled up so I can submit a request for us.
Yes, ma'am.
It goes into the inbox of one of the distribution conveyance or stormwater managers. They look at it, assign it to field personnel, boots on the ground, decide what needs to be done. A work order is generated, the work's done, equipment, labor hours, everything's tracked in Cityworks until they close the work order out.
And we'll have that technician out for you within the next 45 minutes.
It's automated, quickly gets to the crews. If something happens in the field, a work order can be set in the system or a service request can be sent in the system, especially for our troubleshooters. They're now able to receive this information instantaneously. Our response time in itself is benefited in that our customers benefit by means of that response time.
Recently, we started using Cityworks Analytics to create some of our reports. Cityworks Analytics gives the end user some more ability to adjust their reports to their needs. Some of the reports we created in Crystal, we've kind of duplicated some of them in Cityworks Analytics. The end user can now do a date range or see materials or see diameter, any combination of those things on their report, so they're not locked into just 1 or 2 criteria.
Well, of course, we're happy the fact that Cityworks directly connects with the GIS system. Back then we were in map books as well. So wherever we had to go out to make the repairs, we flip open this huge book, I guess almost 6 inches thick, and look for that location, that water line, and see what valves we have to cut off. So it's nice with Cityworks connected with the GIS to look in there now and can pinpoint what valves they are, and it tells us which ones that we need to basically cut off. And of course we don't have that mess of filling out the paperwork.
It took care of all of our paperwork. We decided to put the laptops in the crew trucks, gave every crew leader a laptop, got GIS put in there in Cityworks, and now it's, all of our documentation, all of our inspections, our warehouse inventory, all of our inventory. So now every job we go out to, we know what equipment's on the job, what tools and parts we pulled out of the warehouse to do the job, and how many man hours to do it.
Import it into Cityworks, and then we import it into Innovise to have condition assessment on those pipes. I would say one of the biggest results that we're seeing from Cityworks is actually holding people accountable. We've actually took what Cityworks Analytics straight out of the box with power pivot tables and really done a lot of customization on that so that upper management and management can really track what their guys are doing and how long it takes.
On the management side of things, you get an opportunity to see how long it actually took your crews to make the repair. You get a chance to see the actual equipment that they use, the parts that they use, and for our troubleshooters with our levels of service, we're able to break that out and see how much time it took for them to respond to customer calls and how much time they spent there during these customer calls.
Oh, it's totally user-friendly. It's not, you don't need to be a computer whiz to know how to operate Cityworks. It just takes training.
We really like Cityworks and that the Azteca staff have really worked well with us, and we're excited about some of the things coming.